Part 2. No, I've been in my room sleeping. Relief washed over him visibly, and he exhaled audibly, his tension dissolving like morning mist. Good, good, he muttered, crouching down in front of me. He wrapped his arms around me in what felt like a hollow embrace. I was just on a video call earlier. I'm glad I didn't disturb you. Resting his head against the crook of my neck, he whispered with saccharine sweetness, "Darling, I really love you." That evening, Ruslan was in an unusually buoyant mood. He personally cooked a lavish dinner, setting the table with care. Then, kneeling before my wheelchair, he massaged my legs and feet, the gesture dripping with pretense. For a fleeting moment, as I watched his gentle, almost cautious demeanor, a part of me wavered. Could the events of this morning have been nothing more than a cruel illusion? But the moment he opened his mouth, reality struck me like a sharp slap. "Aurel, given your condition, having children isn't possible," he began, his tone tentative yet calculated. "What if we adopted instead?" His words pierced through me, and my expression turned icy. Seeing the shift in my demeanor, he panicked, pulling me into a desperate embrace. "Aurel, did I upset you?" he pleaded, his voice trembling. "Don't scare me like this. If it's too much, I won't mention it again. We can wait until you feel better, okay?" His nervous attempts to console me only deepened the chasm between us. While he may have temporarily dropped the subject, the resolve in his eyes told me his mind was already made up. The next morning, Ruslan left the house early, leaving me alone to focus on work-related matters. "Ms. Aurel, when can we expect you to join our team?" "In 7 days," I replied, my tone resolute. Just as I prepared to end the call, his voice startled me from behind. "Aurel, who are you talking to?" I quickly hung up, masking my nerves with a calm facade. "No one important, just a scam call." Satisfied with my response, Ruslan let the matter drop, his focus shifting to Thea, who trailed behind him like a shadow. "Aurel, meet Thea Hunter. She's a top-tier caregiver I hired just for you," he announced with feigned enthusiasm. "Since it's hard for you to move around, and I'm often tied up with work, she'll be here to assist you," he added smoothly. His words hung in the air like a lead weight. Thea, catching his unspoken cue, stepped forward with a practiced smile. "Yes, I specialize in caring for people with disabilities," she chimed in, her tone dripping with faux sincerity. I managed a perfunctory nod, masking my disdain. "If that's what you think is best. I'm feeling tired and will head to bed." With that, I wheeled myself into the sanctuary of my bedroom, shutting the door on their charade. When I woke up, the first thing I saw was Thea, dressed in a maid's uniform, diligently wiping the floor. Ruslan sat stiffly on the sofa, his face a mask of seriousness. However, the newspaper in his hands was unmistakably upside down. The days began to blur together, each one carrying the same tedious routine. While Ruslan was away at work, Thea's facade crumbled like a brittle mask. After preparing meals, she would deliberately place the bowls on the highest shelves, well out of my reach. Hunger would eventually force me to wheel over, staring helplessly at the food perched above me like an unreachable prize. Catching me in that moment, Thea would saunter by with a feigned look of surprise. "Oh, I forgot you're disabled and can't stand up," she would exclaim, her voice laced with mockery so sharp it could cut glass. Her eyes sparkled with malicious delight, the mockery dripping off her words like poison. But when Ruslan returned home each evening, she would don her mask once more, transforming into the picture of a devoted caregiver. I would wake to the sound of her creeping into the room, boldly slipping under the covers beside Ruslan.